Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. Yesterday we studied chapter 1. I hope you all go through the chapter and remember all the important points. Let's see what we did in yesterday class. In yesterday class we study about basic computer organization, description of computer system and mobile system, CPU, memory, hard disk, input output, battery. Now in today's class we will start with chapter 2, that is your types of software. So computer deal with two things, that is hardware and software. A computer consists of both hardware and software, and both are equally important for the working of the computer system. The electronic component of a computer system that we can see and touch are called hardware, and software is a general term used for computer programs that control the operation of computer. A program is a sequence of instructions that perform a particular task. A set of programs form a software. It is a software which gives hardware its capability. Hardware is of no use without software, and software cannot be used without hardware. Now, so both have equal importance. Without software we can't run hardware, and without hardware we can't run software. So come to types of software. Software are basically of three types: application software, system software, and utility software. First we will study about the application software. What are application software? Application software, it handles specialized common tasks a user wants to perform, such as banking, hotel management, any data processing, word processing. In most of you using your word processor, Microsoft Office, that is your application software. And in banks also they are using software for online banking and some other task, that is your they are using, that is also an application software. Next is system software. What is system software? Control. Okay, can anyone tell what first when we on the computer, the first system software we are dealing with, that is operating system. Control, what system software do? Control the basic function of a computer and hide complexity of computer system from user and application software. Example: operating system, compiler, and interpreter. Or you can say system software is a software that is directly related to coordinating computer operation and perform tasks associated with controlling and utilizing computer hardware. So the two main categories of system software are operating system and language translator. Utility software, which helps to manage, maintain, and control computer resources, like your antivirus software, backup software. These all are utility software. How operating system work? Basically, operating system is an interface between user and the hardware. If you think that the hardware are not in proper, if operating system is not there, so that means user having a parts of hardware, how you will deal with software. So it's an interface between the user and the hardware. In any computer or mobile device, the operating system can be termed as a backbone when it comes to software. This is called, it has to be there before other programs can be run. It works as a middleman or interface between machine and the user. At the simplest level, an operating system does two things. First is management. It manages the hardware resources of a computer system. These resources include such things as processor, memory, disk space. Second, it provides a stable, consistent way for application to deal with hardware without having to know all the details of the hardware. Types of functions of operating system. What operating system is doing? First is processor management. When you are doing multiple tasks at your computer, so processor is too much busy. How processor come to know which task have to first loading and which task will run first? So these all work done by the process management. It load the process, schedule the process and execute the process and programs. Second is memory management. In yesterday class we study what is memory. Now operating system manage the memory. For some program, how much memory we allocate, or how much, if someone delete that program, how much memory it will deallocate. So allocation of memory and deallocation of memory for a program execution done by the memory management. Device management, how your device will communicate with each other. So there will be synchronization between the devices. So device management will manage the synchronization between the input and the output devices. Storage management manages and control the storage devices to provide space to program for execution and data save. Next is application interface. Application interface is also known as API, or you can say drivers. They provide a way for application to make use of hardware. If we don't have an application interface, then software cannot deal with hardware. Next is user interface. Structure for interaction between user and the computer. When you are dealing with computer, the user have to interact with computer via a operating system. Now, types of operating system. Single user, single task operating system means single user, one person or single user can perform single task at a time. That would happen in DOS when disk operating system were used in earlier time. That time single user can perform only a single task. So these type of system are known as DOS, disk operating system. Now single user multitask operating system in Windows 95 or whatever window you are using, Windows 10, Windows 95, these all our operating system are based on single user multitask operating system. Single user can perform multiple tasks at a time in these type of operating system. So these operating system work on more than one task and process them concurrently at a time. Multi-user operating system in Unix, Linux, Windows 7. In these type of operating system, multiple users are allowed to access the same data or information at a time via a network. Multi-processing operating system. Again, Unix, Linux, Windows 7 are also known as multi-processing operating system because here a single process run on a two or more processor. All the processing and their management take place in a parallel way. Hence, this operating system are called as parallel processing also. Embedded operating system. These are the embedded in a device which is located in ROM. Example, OS of microwaves, washing machine. How you can washing machine, how they are using embedded operating system? Because washing machine operating system is located in a ROM. As it gets switch off, then it forget everything. Next is Distributed operating system. What are distributed operating system? Distributed operating system are basically when you have a multiple tasks are distributed in some way. System software and programming software. Language processor, programming language. As the computer understand machine language, whereas human understand high level human language. Language processor. What is language processor? Language processor is basically a converter. It converts human language into machine language, and human language is known as high level language. As you all know, we are writing in English language, but computer understood a binary language. So how it understood our English language in a binary language? This all can be done by the language processor. These are three types of language processor. First one is compiler, interpreter, third one is assembler. What is compiler? Basically, compiler convert high language code into a machine code in one session. Here, one session means if you are writing a program, after writing the whole program, the compiler will convert your program into a machine language, because it have to translate high level code to lower level machine language all at once, and then save the executable object code to memory. Interpreter, there is a slight difference between compiler and interpreter. As you know, compiler convert the whole program into machine language, but interpreter read the code line by line. You can say line by line. It read the code and immediately execute the code. Line by line, it convert the code into machine language. Assembler, it translate an assembly language program into machine language program. Assemblers are of two types: one pass assembler, multiple pass assembler. One pass assembler go through the source code once. Any symbol used before it is defined will require errata at the end of the object, telling the linker or the loader to go back and write a placeholder which had been left where the as yet undefined symbol were used. The same thing done by the one pass assembler. Similarly, it passes multiple times. It creates a table with all the symbol and their values in the first pass. Difference between compiler and the interpreter. Compiler scans whole program in one go, and interpreter translate one statement at a time. Second, the error, if any error it shows at the end of the program, but interpreter shows line by line. I will give you example like Java, C, C++. All are using C++ are using compiler and interpreter. The Python is using interpreter. It execute line by line. Third, main advantage of compiler is its execution time. If we write a whole program and then we execute the program, so it will save our time. But if we write one line and it shows error, then we will correct, then we will write the line again, so it will take some time. It is beneficial, but it will take some time. So main advantage of compiler is its execution time. Due to interpreter being slow in executing the object code, it is preferred less. Next, it converts the instruction into systematic code, but interpreter does not convert the instructions. Instead, it directly works on source language. And the language uses by the compiler are C, C++, C#, etc. The language which are used by interpreter are Python, you will study it later, Ruby, Perl, MATLAB, etc. Types of software. Now, application software. Application software are general purpose application software. These are ready to use software for daily use purpose. Can anyone tell daily use software, application software? Your word processor, your spreadsheet, your presentation. This presentation I am giving via PPT. That is an application software, DBMS, etc. These all are general purpose application software. Specific purpose application software. Software which are designed for a specific task, like your any kind of software packages, hotel management, hospital management. These all are a specific purpose because they are used as for a specific purpose. Next is utility software that assist operating system in carrying out certain specialized tasks are called utility software. Antivirus is your utility software. An antivirus scans the system for any virus and it detected, get rid of it by deleting or isolating it. Compression tools. What are compression tools? What do you mean by compression? To compress, to minimize, to compression tools are utilities that assist operating system in shortening files so that they take less space. Next is disk cleanup. Disk cleanup tool assist user in freeing up disk space. Disk defragmenter. Defragmenter basically manage the disk utility that increase file access speed by rearranging fragmented file or content. News location. Backup, to take a backup of your data. So if sometime it get deleted, you have a backup, you can use that data later on. File management, it manages the file, how you browse the file, search the file, update, review, etc. Restore, the utility restore the backup earlier taken. So these are the type of software. We done with the types of software, and in this the more important is operating system. Now come to memory unit. Or Boolean logic. What does a computer understand? As you all know, computer understood a binary language or a machine language. It does not understand our English language or natural language or programming language. They only understand the language of bits. A bit is what are bit? Bit is 1 or 0. So computer always understood the language of 1 or 0, that is written in 1 and 0. So bit is the most basic unit in computer machine language. All instructions that a computer execute and the data that is processed is made up of a group of bits. Bits are represented in many forms, either through electrical voltage, current pulses, or by the state of an electronic flip-flop circuit in the form of 0. One bit is known as binary digit. 1 byte. See the difference? 1 bit means 0 or 1. 1 byte means it contains 8 bits, and so on. Boolean logic. What is Boolean logic? Because of the computer understand machine language, that is 0 or 1, which is binary value. So every operation is done with the help of these binary value. And we have to convert whatever we are writing in the program, we have to convert in this language so computer can understand this. And Boolean is based on the name of George Boole, who is the inventor of Boolean logic. Boolean logic is a form of algebra in which all values are reduced to either 1 or 0. To understand Boolean logic properly, we have to understand Boolean logic rule, truth table, and logic gates. Now, Boolean logic rules. There are some rules that are defined for a Boolean logic. Boolean algebra is a mathematics we can use to analyze digital gates and the circuits. We can use these laws of booleans to both reduce and simply complex boolean expression in any attempt to reduce the number of logic. So these rules you have to learn by heart. If you don't remember these rules, then you cannot solve any Boolean algebra. So according to Boolean logic, Boolean expression, if somewhere it's written a plus 1, the value of a plus 1 is 1, a plus 0 is a dot 1 is a dot 0 is 0, a plus a is equals to a dot a not a plus a equals to 1, a dot a equals to 0, a plus b means b plus a dot b means b dot a plus b is equals to a dot b by the De Morgan's theorem. Wherever you write this, you have to write that it would be done by De Morgan's theorem, or you can reverse a dot b can be equals to a plus b. Next is Boolean expression. A Boolean expression is a logical statement that is either true or a false. As computer is also, machine language is also work on two conditions only, that is true or false, 1 or 0. 1 means true, 0 means false. A Boolean expression can consist of Boolean data such as the following: Boolean values yes or no, and there are synonyms on or off, true or false, 0 or 1. Boolean variables or formulas, function that yield Boolean result. Now here we are showing some calculated by comparison operator example. Suppose here f x y z is written over here. You see this, that is bar, or you can say if it's x, this means x naught, reverse of x. False, if x is true, that this means false, reverse of x. Okay, so here xyz, the bar of xyz plus xyz, and you can see this function when we evaluate give the result of this. These are some examples. Now, De Morgan's law. The complement of union of two set is equals to the intersection of their complement, and the complement of intersection of two set is equals to the union of their complement. These are called De Morgan's law. Here you are saying that A union B means A plus B ka whole bar. The whole bar of A plus B is equals to A bar intersection of B bar, or you can write this A bar dot B bar. Whenever you are finding that A plus B ka whole bar is equals to A bar dot B bar, and in reverse A bar dot B bar is equals to A plus B ka whole bar. Proof. How you will prove this De Morgan theorem? Proof of De Morgan theorem. It's a De Morgan theorem. Let P is equals to A union B whole bar. Now, let X be an arbitrary element of P. Means X is belongs to this. X is belongs to this. X does not, if we can say, if we remove the bar from here, we can say that X does not belongs to A union bar. The same thing is written over here. When we remove the bar from here, it says that X does not belongs to A union B. Now we will separate the terms. So that means A does not belongs to A, X does not belongs to A, and X does not belongs to B. Similarly, x belongs to A bar and x belongs to B bar. Okay, now if and what and means, the intersection, if we reverse the order over here, if we remove the bar, that means x belongs to A bar intersection of B bar. Here Q, in Q we assume that A bar intersection B bar. Therefore, P is a subset of Q. And for second, that A dot bar or A bar intersection B bar is equals to A union B ka whole bar. It's a reverse of that. Similarly, we can do that also. Truth table. What is truth table? It is very important. A truth table is a mathematical table used in a logic. See here. A, B. A, you have two input. One is A, another one is B. If in A you are passing true and in B also true, when both the inputs are true, then in AND operation, here remember AND or NOT, these are three gates and three logic in Boolean algebra. We are using AND or NOT. Okay, when both the when one of the input either A or B is false, then in case of AND all are false. Here you will see they both are true, so it's true. It gives true value. But if one of them is false, it will provide you false value. Here also false true means false. False false means false. In case of OR, if one of the value is true, fine. If one of the value is true, it will give you true value. In first case, one value is true, true. True or false, true. False, true, true. False, false, false. Not just reverse of the input. If we see A and B, it's showing the not of this. Here is true, here you get false. False means true. Reverse, only do the reverse in case of not gate. False, true, false, true. False, false, and not of A or B. What you will get in case of A or B? You will get it's true. You will get false, true, false, true, false, false, and true. Now these are some symbols of logic gates which we are studied. So there are three logic gates. Main important logic gates are three: AND, OR, NOT. AND or NOT. What are logic gate? Logic gate is an idealized or a physical device implementing a Boolean function. These are used to construct logic circuit. If we take a switch or if we take a computer parts, anything you are taking which are dealing with electronic equipment, they have a logic circuit where we use the concept of logic gate. So these are the symbols of logic gate, these are the description, and these are the booleans. First one is AND gate. Here we pass two input, one is A, another one is B. Fine, and this is a symbol of AND gate and it gives you an output of X. The AND gate output is at logic 1 when and only when all of inputs are at logic 1. कब देगा ये 1 आउटपुट? जब इसके दोनों लॉजिक्स 1 होंगे, then only it will give you 1 output. Otherwise, if one of the logic is 0, it will give you an output 0. And it symbolize A dot B. And means dot. Now OR gate. Here same two inputs you are having A and B, and output is X. The output gate is at logic 1. When it will give you output 1? When one or more of its input are logic 1. So there is a difference between and OR is that in case of AND, only when all inputs are logic 1, it will give you output 1, and in case of OR, if one or more of its input are at logic 1, it will give you an output 1, otherwise 0. Here we see, if we remove this symbol, 0 symbol you can say, or dot symbol, so you see that it only a AND gate. But when we add this NOT, this is known as NOT. When we add a NOT symbol over here, it reverse, and the reverse of AND is NOT AND, and NOT AND is written as NAND. The NAND gate output is at logic 0 when and only when all its input are logic 1. Otherwise, the output is at logic 1. Similarly, in case of OR, when we add NOT gate with OR gate, it is known as NOR gate. So, it reverses the logic of OR gate. The NOR gate output is at logic 0 when one or more of its input are at logic 1. If all the inputs are at logic 0, the output is at logic 1. Now, these are the universal gate, XOR gate. This is a universal gate. This gate is also known as a universal gate. The XOR gate output is at logic 1 when one or and only one of its input is at logic 1. Otherwise, the output is logic 0. You see, it's simply a OR gate. But when you add a X, okay, then it becomes an XOR gate. Similarly, NOR gate, when you add in XOR gate, you add NOT gate, it becomes an XNOR gate. Now, till today we will end our lecture over here, and tomorrow we will continue with the same lecture. Okay, so read this chapter, student, read this chapter Boolean logic thoroughly so that you can clear the concept. And if you not read it right now, you will be confused. It's very easy and scoring chapter, so go through the chapter, remember or note down the important points in your notebook. And if you have any query, you can ask me on WhatsApp or in the Zoom meeting. So have a good day and enjoy your day and study well. Bye-bye.